If you're part of the Fortnite community, I am sure that you know the entire drama that happened in the lead up to Season 2, where an Epic Games employee supposedly changed the date of the Titan Hand live event to throw leakers for a loop to kind of start to put a stop to leaks. Now, I've given my opinions on this, but today I want to take a look at our amazing Fortnite community today and what they have to say. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with many YouTube channels, and welcome back to the Reply Room, everybody, where we ask a question and I take a look at your replies and turn them into a video. Again, I'm trying to get everybody's opinions about different topics regarding Fortnite, and today this is what I had to say. How do you feel about Epic devs taking action to hide/discredit leaks? Pretty much a situation that just happened with the hand not coming when it was supposed to. Do you think it's a good thing for moving forward? Do you think more needs to be done about leaks? And I'm very interested to hear what everybody has to say. It is important to note, I took a little bit of a brief scroll through everything. I really appreciate all of you who did reply to this, but there were a few people who kind of just said the same thing that other people said. I'm not saying you copy and paste it. I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to read the same thing twice. So if I end up reading something that has already kind of been stated, I'm not going to include it in the video, but I really appreciate you guys being here. If you'd like to help make these videos, pin comment, Discord, join. We would love to have you help me. Yes, leakers ruined all the fun and hype for events, updates, and seasons. I'm actually going to start trying to avoid leaks next season, as Fortnite would be way funner without everything getting leaked. I hope they take action against the leakers and stop the leaks in general. Would be better the game overall, in my opinion. Excuse me there. That's exactly true. I think the game would be entirely better without any leaks, but I've tried so hard for so many times now to avoid leaks, and I've just given up at this point. It's a sad reality, but I can't avoid them at this point. But I wish you luck, ghouls. The leaks need to stop. It ruins everything they plan out doing for the community and they work so hard on. It hurts me and everybody else who's trying to avoid leaks, so it's no longer a surprise. So it ruins the hype they plan out. I get it's their job to give everyone an update on what's going on, but not the main stuff like events, seasons, and battle pass skins. I don't care if they talk about lore, new guns, and items and other stuff. I feel like that's where most people are kind of around, where we like the skin leaks, things that Epic Games is working on, but when it comes to something massive, like something the whole community will get together, like we knew exactly how the Titan Hand was going to come out before it came out. You know what I mean? And it is important to note, and not a lot of people talk about this, and it's well mentioned, Mr. Pickles, because I talked about it myself. I feel bad for the employees who work so hard to give the community a surprise, and then somebody else just does it. You know, somebody else just takes your event. Here you go. This is what this is happening. I feel bad for him, man. Depends on the situation, really. Obviously, shop skin leaks and things like new festival songs and rocket racing cosmetics and modes are all fine in my opinion. However, anything to do with a new season or storylines, especially events, should be hidden and taken action on. What's even the point if those get leaked? That's entirely true. You might as well just have it like a little bit of a side game, just like was it the Zero Crisis finale? Yes, it was. Like, just have that everybody knew what it was, everybody could play, but even then, like, the first time around, I don't think that one was leaked, was it? It's just gone too far. You know, this is how everybody seems to feel about it. I think it's an amazing idea. I know that leaks are supposed to build and give us an idea of what is coming, which is fine during a season for the most part, but I don't want entire seasons and events spoiled, as that ruins a lot of the fun, intrigue, and mystery behind them. It's almost impossible to avoid leaks unless you go live under a rock for a couple days, excuse me, before each season launches. I hope that Epic succeeds in their efforts so leaks can finally die down, and I don't have to be afraid that there's going to be some huge leak days before the season or event. I couldn't agree more with this. It ruins a lot of the fun, intrigue, and mystery, and it sucks because it is impossible. You literally, like, Green Starfish isn't lying here. You have to go live under a rock. You have to log off from technology completely to avoid these leaks at this point. I think all in all, it's a good first step into keeping events and other parts of this game a surprise. However, I feel like a lot more must be done in this regard. However, I don't believe leaks should be completely discarded as a whole, though I do think they need to be limited. In my opinion, this is what I believe should be the perfect medium for both Epic trying to keep secrets and also leakers being allowed to do their job without either side getting too negatively affected. Epic Games must first set a heavy precedent on what can and cannot be leaked. While I'm not a game developer, I cannot see it being super difficult to add small disclaimers to specific files in the game that deter leakers from being allowed to leak certain information. Yes, encrypting files is good. However, leakers are smart and they will always find a way around it. I do want to pause there because this is something Sizzo has mentioned, and I think it's perfect. Just put a disclaimer. There's going to be legal action. You'll be terminated. You know, that makes total sense to me, and that can't be very difficult for Epic Games to do. In my opinion, the only way to stop leakers from spreading info around is by threatening legal action if they do. However, I don't believe this means leaks should not happen at all. I think a perfect example I can use for this is the recent Pandora's Box event. Imagine how much more interesting the event would have been if the leakers found the files for the hand rising out of the ground and roughly what time it took place. However, Epic would threaten and pursue legal action against any leaker that would try to leak what would happen when the box finally opened by having a disclaimer on the files linked to the box opening. I feel if Epic kept a medium like this, it would give the leakers something to do while still keeping that sense of mystery and the unknown that Fortnite events haven't had since the early Chapter 2. It would also make the event much more impactful and memorable. However, this strategy, while it would definitely effective, would require Epic to actively go out of their way to make an example out of leakers that broke this rule. As a prime example of this would be back in Chapter 1 Season 3 when a cheap developer was caught selling Fortnite cheats to people, and Epic sued them to the ground so much that we've yet to see any major cheats in Fortnite ever since, and why you never see legitimate cheaters in Fortnite. Finally, I feel like this strategy could also work well when it comes to upcoming skins and collabs. For example, Epic might add files to a future collaboration. However, as a disclaimer to leakers, it should say something like, you may leak that this collaboration is in the works. However, you may not release any information about when it is set to release or what characters are being added, merely that is in the works. I think this is perfect, and I actually might make this an entire video. That would solve it. That would entirely solve it. And this is something that Sizzle's brought up before, and I think it's a perfect idea. It can't be much work for Epic, and if Epic Games wants to have their game stop being leaked, have a disclaimer in the files. And I don't think that's like, what'd you say about that, Sizzle? Something where it's like, they would have to just make an example out of somebody. So what? So what, they have to make an example out of somebody? Just make sure that you have the text in there, something that is very visible for them to see. Hey, don't leak this. If some a-hole wants to do it anyways, sue him to the ground, ban him, who cares? Who cares you make an example out of him? Good. I think this is a happy medium. I think this is perfect. Honestly, I don't mind, since I would prefer it not being spoiled, but I don't think they should try to hide them, but maybe they should try to hide the major leaks, like how Xbox leaked the Battle Pass this season, but now that I think about it, that's not their fault. That's actually true. That's something that they need to really get a hold of, is the Xbox leaks. I don't know if it was Nintendo, PlayStation, whatever it comes out. I know Xbox has definitely done it. They need to get a hold of that one too. That's absolutely ridiculous what's happening. Necessary evil. When it comes to skins and battle passes, I'm not going to care. If it's anything more Fortnite's fault with the 100s of survey skins they leaked. For events, they should do a better job. Leaking an event early is going to ruin hype and spoil the fun, even though I disagree with people whining about stuff getting leaked when they shouldn't be on the internet of do their part in avoiding the leaks. Hot take. Fortnite themselves, if they want to secure hype, can't just have 90% of the event leaked floating around. That's an interesting idea. The problem is, I'm definitely one of those people who cry about things getting spoiled and being leaked, but you literally have to log off the internet. That's the problem. If it was like, hey, you have to stay off Fortnite content for a little bit, that'd be understandable. Then I'd be like, what are you doing looking at Fortnite stuff? But you literally have to log off completely. That I don't think is fair personally, but honestly, you make a very, very good point, Don. I really do miss in Chapter 2 when all the seasons weren't leaked. Imagine if seasons like Mega weren't completely leaked. The hype would have been insane. Same with literally every first season of Chapter other than Chapter 1. Agreed. Completely agree. Take a look at anything that has come, with maybe, just maybe, the exception of Wilds. That'd be insane. What about OG? What about it? What if that was a secret? Could you imagine? I completely agree, and this is why everybody is having such nostalgic feelings for Chapter 2, is because everything was a surprise then, and the content was great. We are experiencing brand new things instead of just knowing what's going to come. It just completely kills your love for the season. It's pointless. You won't be able to stop leaks. Stopping them or attempting to stop them make it confirms the leak in any way. Overall, not a good idea. I think that no matter what, there will always be somebody, and there's some truth to this, there will always be some a-hole online, no matter what you put a stop to it, that will push stuff out, but you can definitely take action to make this less common. If you start banning people, if you start, if you put a disclaimer in the leaks and actually make examples and start suing people, less people would definitely do it, but you would still have the grand leaks coming out, since you would have one guy step up and being like, I'm gonna leak everything. So you're right, but I do disagree, Maddie, in the sense where I believe that there can be a huge impact made in leaks. And there was a reply to that one that Maddie just posted. I feel like this is the true irony to leaks overall. We've reached this level where we have believed that there is no point in stopping the leaks for years, when in reality, all we had to do was hope there wouldn't be any leaks. Season 2 is a phenomenal experience with barely any leaks being circulated. And the leaks which were spreading like wildfires were all just fake clickbaiting content made by attention-seeking accounts. It was never Epic's fault, rather the fault of the community for believing every word said by the leaker. Glad to see Epic has shaken up the community for once and made the weaker side when it comes to knowing about these things. I really hope they continue this excellent work while continuing to troll the community for its stupidity of blindly believing the leaks. It's a good way to look at it, to be honest with you, and people do believe way too many things, but at this point, the leaks have been so correct. I don't really think people are idiotic for believing these leaks that were coming out for Season 2. It's just crazy to the point where it's what this has become. This entire thing, the entire league situation. Who would have known when you talk about Fortnite, this would be such a problem? Like I said, you ever see those memes where it's like, imagine telling somebody playing in Chapter 1 this. Could you imagine telling them this? Nobody would get hyped up for a season anymore because people are spoiling it online. I mean, it's not completely out of the realm of possibility, but it's just really, really interesting to me. But guys, let me know what you think about this down below, and check out this other reply room video where we dive into topics just like this. Take care, everybody.